Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be working on these glow-in-the-dark alien nails. So first I'm going to be using some decals, some nail wraps, both alien theme. And then I'm going to be using this glitter mix that I made a long time ago called Nymph. I will go ahead and link that in the eye up above if you want to see how I originally made that. Also going to be using these alien Femo heads, glow-in-the-dark Polygel in green and a frosted white, Gentle Gel, which is a soak off builder gel, base and top coat from Madam Glam, and a gel brush. I'll also be using this to go ahead and flash cure items. All of the items will be linked down below in the description box. Let's go ahead and get started in the nails. So I've already prepped these nails and applied her tips. I'm using full tips today, and I just went ahead and moved those down a little bit so that cuticle area is exposed. I like to control the product around the cuticle area, and I don't want a bunch of bulk there. So at this point I'm applying base gel, and I'm just going to apply that to the entire nail, including the cuticle area, and I'm going to have her cure that into the light once I'm done applying that, and that's just to help all of the gel products we're going to be using stick better. So for that ring finger and thumb, I'm going to be applying this glow-in-the-dark green polygel. I'm using alcohol as my slip solution. I'm keeping the majority of that product in the apex area, and then I'm applying pressure as I'm moving out towards the cuticle and free edge, and that's just to give it a nice taper as I work my way down. Once I'm happy with the shape of that nail, I'm going to go ahead and flash cure with my LED flashlight, and then once I finish both nails, I'm going to have her pop her hand into the large LED and UV lamp that I have off to the side. So for the next part of this nail design, I'm going to go ahead and take these alien nail wraps, and I'm just picking out the designs that I like. And then around the entire perimeter of those nail wraps, I'm going to cut little slits into them using my scissors. And that's going to allow these to sit nicely on the nail so that we don't get a lot of wrinkling when it's time to encapsulate these. And this just ensures that everything sits nicely. So for the index and pointer finger, I'm going to go ahead and use Gentle Gel, which is just a soak off builder gel, and I'm going to be evening out that nail plate. This is just going to give me a nice even surface to put those nail wraps before I encapsulate. I'm not actually building up the nail at this point, I'm just evening things out. I'm going to flash cure in between just to hold that gel in place, and then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to have her put her hand in the light for a full cure. So once that's completely cured, I'm going to go ahead and use some rubbing alcohol just to remove that tacky layer, and then I'm going to start placing these decals. Now as I'm placing these, I'm going to make sure that I leave a little gap at the cuticle area, and I'll show you later how we correct this. But I want something so that the gel that we encapsulate with has something to grab onto, that way we don't get any lifting with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, make sure that I have it placed exactly where I want for that white and black nail. Once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to go around and remove any excess. I'm going to use my little scissors for what I can get, and then I'm also going to use my nail file. I'm going to go in a downward motion to remove that excess, and I'm also giving myself a little gap on the sides that you guys can't see. And when I'm encapsulating these with the gel polish, that'll actually help with the adhesions, so this doesn't just come up like one big sticker. I am going to go ahead and clean that again with some rubbing alcohol just to remove any dust if we did cause any. And then at this point, I'm going to go ahead and apply some base gel and have her do a cure in the LED lamp. And this is just going to ensure that the builder gel that we're going to use to encapsulate has something to really stick to. So at this point, I'm building up the nail itself, and this is going to be a full encapsulation. So I'm making sure to get it from sidewall to sidewall, cuticle to free edge, and then I'm also building up the shape of the nail itself. So I'm making sure to build that apex where it's needed. And I'm just going to flash cure in between. Once I'm happy with the encapsulation, I'm going to go ahead and have her do a complete cure for all of this gel. And I'll meet you guys right back for the next step. For that middle finger, I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of this Polygel. I'm not building anything up at this point. I just want this to be the background for the glitter in Femo that I'm going to be working with next. Once I'm happy with that placement, I'm going to go ahead and use my LED flashlight just to do a quick flash cure on that. Just going to apply a little dot of that Polygel. That's going to hold the Femo down. And then I'm going to be going in with my base coat, and I'm just applying a layer of that, and that's going to hold the glitter in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of that glitter, and I'm just going to place it randomly, picking out pieces that I want, sticking that to that base gel. And then I'm going to use that little blob of Polygel to adhere the Femo. Once I have those placed where I want them, I'm going to go ahead and use my flashlight again to just give that a quick cure and hold it in place. Once I have those flash cured, I'm just going to be using this gel polish that's designated for glitter to just do a quick encapsulation, and this is just a base gel. And again, I'm going to go ahead and have her pop that into the light and do a total cure. It's had a chance to completely cure. I'm just going to start my encapsulation process, making sure that I get all of that glitter and Femo encapsulated well. And if I need to, I will use my flashlight just to do a quick flash cure before I have her put her hand into the LED UV lamp that I have off to the side to do a total cure. I'm making sure not to get anything on her skin, and if I do, I make sure to clean that before I do the cure. And again, I'm working on the shape of that, keeping the majority at the apex and then feathering that down, working from sidewall to sidewall and cuticle area to free edge, making sure to get that entire nail done. So once she did that final cure, I'm just going to go ahead and go in, clean the tacky layer with alcohol, file, shape, and buff. At this point, I'm just using a little bit of alcohol to make sure to clean up any debris that might have been on that nail. And then with a detail brush, I'm going to go in with some white gel polish, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up that cuticle area. And if there was anywhere that I over filed and it's exposing the nail underneath, I'm going to go ahead and clean that up as well. Once I have all of the edging done and it's to my liking, I'm going to go in with the black, and I'm just going to apply some little black dots to kind of make that more cohesive. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this exact same process for the black nail. I'm going to go around the cuticle area, all of the free edge, side walls, anywhere that I can see nail peeking through that I don't want there. And then I'm going to add those little white dots just to make everything more cohesive. I'm going to have her pop her hand into the light and do a total cure on that gel polish. And for that, I'm using Madam Glam Perfect Black and Perfect White. Moving on to the green nails, I'm just going to need a little bit of water here, and then I'm going to cut out those decals, submerge them into the water for a few seconds until they start pulling away from that backing. I did want to note with these decals that they are a solid clear sheet, and you can see as I place them on the nail, I'm having a little bit trouble getting those to lay flat, so I actually end up pulling that up and cutting little slits into it. Once I do that, I am able to get it to lay nicely. For the next step, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and use a dotting tool and a detail brush, and I'm just going to add little black dots with the Madam Glam Perfect Black just to make it blend with the other nail designs that we have going on. And then I'm just going to go ahead and flash cure that with my little handheld LED flashlight. At this point, I'm going to go in with a little bit of bling gel around the cuticle area of that ring finger and index finger, and I'm going to be applying some black and neon green stones that I have. Once I'm happy with that configuration, I'm going to go ahead and flash cure them in place so they don't end up moving on me. Once I flash cured those stones in place, I'm going to go in with the Poochie's top coat, and this is a non-wipe top coat. I'm going to go ahead and apply those to all of the nails, making sure to cap that free edge as well. And then I'm going to have her put her hand into the light and do a total cure in the LED UV lamp that I have. After that final cure, I went ahead and I had her wash her hands, and then I'm just applying some cuticle oil. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Here's some footage of what those look like glowing in the dark. I also took some still pictures so you get a really good picture of how much these really did glow. I'm really impressed with that glow in the dark polygel. It really came out beautifully. I had a lot of fun doing these nails. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave those down below and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. All of the products are linked in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.